please.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to What You Need to Know. Welcome to What You Need to Know. Welcome to What You Need to Know. It is Wednesday, and I am Sybil Wilkes with the ever wonderful and ubiquitous Stephen Hill.
I'll take that.
How you doing?
Anything that describes me by 4 syllables, I'm usually down with. So
How are you?
I am awesome and getting awesomer. You?
Yeah, it's feeling like a Wednesday.
Good. You can tell the days of the week now. Can you actually tell the days of the week? COVID is
No, no, this is just, normally, getting over the hump kind of thing. It feels like that, yeah. But other than that, it's hard to tell one day from the other, actually. They're still kind of melding and meshing and mixing. This is What You Need to Know, and we go over the stories of the day, the headlines, and we invite you to become a part of the What You Need to Know news crew by going to SybilWilkes.com, subscribing, give us your name and your email address, and you too will be a part of our gang, our news gang, as we talk about those stories affecting and also of interest to the African American community. We are a small group of folks who work very hard to bring out those stories every day, and Monday through Friday anyway. And then in the afternoon, in the evening, my friends and I come together and talk about those stories as they have been a part of the news cycle for the day. And my friend today, every Wednesday, Stephen Hill Day. Hey, how you doing?
All right, great. As usual, Sybil will be the voice of reason, and I will not. So that's how this is going to go. I enjoy my role.
Are you in vacation mode?
Vociferously. What? I'm sorry, what?
Are you in vacation mode?
First of all, Sybil, I am always in vacation mode, but this time vacation mode actually is taking place at a vacation location. So yes, I am near the shores in a foreign country with no extradition laws. So that's really all you need to know.
And no quarantine? No quarantine after 14 days? Okay.
All right. Getting in was surprisingly easy. Like took temperature, filled out a form, but like those are the only 2 things that happened out of the ordinary.
Wow. So. And when you go out, do you wear a mask?
Always.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be our new normal. It is going to be our normal, I think, for quite some time. I wish I had invested in masks. I really do.
Shout out to my friend Lila Nicole, who literally on day 2 of this was like, oh no, I'm in the mask making business, and has done very well for herself in the last few months.
I don't know if you saw the other day and I'm still talking about him, John Lewis, at his U.S. Capitol ceremony for honoring him. And a lot of the folks there wore masks that said "Good Trouble."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That is
very, very, very cool. And we'll talk about him some more, as a matter of fact. So here we go. Yesterday, the Attorney General, also known as Donald Trump's lawyer, William Barr, was before the House Judiciary Committee after a very long time of getting him to come and sit before the House Judiciary Committee, which is a Democratic-controlled committee. He finally came and he gave his opening statement, and they parried about. There was a lot of gesturing. There was a lot of politicking, posturing, I should say, on both sides. The Democrats there to lay out their messages, ask questions, and have him give a very short answer and then move on to the next question and reclaiming of time. There was a lot of that. Yeah. Maxine Waters would have been very happy and proud of that. But what I got out of it was not only is he Donald Trump's main man, but a lot of the things that have come out, and as far as the things going on in Portland, as far as politicking and the whole law and order thing that he's trying to do in other cities such as Cleveland and Detroit, Chicago, and other democratically controlled cities. He is right there with the president with that. But also they talk politics, and he says it's not unusual in the midst of an election year for him to talk, with the president, to be a part of those conversations. But that's not his job.
No, it's not his job.
But what a lot of what he's doing is not his job. and especially being not the attorney for the country, but being the attorney for the president. So he made this opening statement, and he also gave his condolences on behalf of the Department of Justice. I want to pay my respects to your colleague, John Lewis, an indomitable champion of civil rights and the rule of law. He said his respect for the late congressman's commitment to nonviolence. And then folks got crazy. Among them, Kamala Harris took to Twitter.
As
And
well, they
she
should have.
said, Bill Barr has not lifted a finger as Attorney General to protect voting rights in America. He has no business speaking John Lewis's name. But it was Cedric Richmond, the congressman from New Orleans, who said, you started your testimony with eloquent words about the life and legacy of John Lewis fighting systematic racism. He said, when you all came in here and you brought your top staff, you brought no Black people. He said, that, sir, is systematic racism. That is exactly what John Lewis spent his life fighting. And so I would just suggest that the actions speak louder than words, and you really should keep the name of the Honorable John Lewis out of the Department of Justice, out of the Justice Department's mouth.
Brilliant. Absolutely true. Look, everybody knows that Donald Trump values loyalty, and no one's been more loyal to Trump than Attorney General Barr. He's worn this on his sleeves. He has no problems. Even the conflict it has with him doing his job correctly, he's determined to stay true to Trump. When questioned about protesters, so let me understand why the armed protesters got to walk through. It was Minnesota, right? It was the Minnesota state capitol, right? That's a federal,
Michigan.
federal buildings. Michigan. Federal buildings, and yet you're intent on sending people to Portland. He didn't bother to answer. If I remember, he didn't bother. My job is to protect federal buildings. No. What about the one they went with the gun?
What was that? Yeah.
So I mean, look. Hopefully, we only have a few more months of this. Every time something like this happens, and people are listening, you got to take an opportunity to say, like, and this is what will continue to happen if you don't vote, if you don't register to vote, and then get your ass out there and vote. Can I say ass on this show?
You can.
Can I say ass on the show? Can I?
Yes, you can.
All right. Thank you. It's going to be a problem.
Yes, your ass can.
Because November 3rd is voting day, and November 4th, you will know what country you live in. You'll hear me say that more than once. You will know what country you live in November 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the interesting, there were so many interesting topics as they were asked of him, but definitely the way that Black people are treated by law officials as opposed to white people, even going back to the murder, the horrific massacre at Mother Emanuel Church in South Carolina, and them talking about Dylan Roof being taken by the police once he was captured and stopping at Burger King, and the way that they take Black people, if they take them alive, which is highly unlikely. I mean, there were all of these things. It was just like, it was poetry in some respects and very frustrating in others. And especially for the Republicans who are kissing up to this. So, but as you say, this is really just a prelude to the work that we need to do. And that is registering to people to vote. Now, yesterday, I want to tell you, had a really wonderful time talking to some dynamic Black women who are the heads of the most important organizations affecting the Black community, sororities and other organizations like the Links and Jack and Jill of America. And they were, we had 8 or 9 of them, including Susan Taylor, the wonderful Susan Taylor, who is a part of a mentoring organization, and Dr. Janetta Cole, who is of the National Council of Negro Women. It was so cool that they represent 5 million Black women, and as they noted, and their families, and talking about all of these things that they need to do, that we need to do in order to be ready for November 3rd, including registering to vote and filling out that darn census. And I know this is something near and dear to your heart, and so and just an opportunity. We, as Melanie Campbell noted yesterday, the deadline has been extended to October 31st. Just days before the election.
Right.
But just want to remind people once again about these dates. Another date that is important is July 24th, which is passed. And that was when the moratorium on evictions came to an end. And it is not, to extend the moratorium on evictions is not in the Republican plan. It is not in the HEALS program, and amongst other things. But they have released the HEALS Act, and this is their answer to the coronavirus aid situation that many people in our country are desperately in need of. Another thing that they are ignoring pretty much is that extra $600 a week that people are getting in their federal unemployment. And they would like to reduce it to $200 a week and only go through September of this year, while the Democrats are asking for them to keep it at $600 a week and go through January 31st of next year.
This is one of those things that we're just in uncharted territory, right? Just completely uncharted territory. You know, remember, I know it was even a pipe dream at the time, but remember, we should be up and going back and having the pews filled by Easter. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And Broadway was going to come back, you know, at the end of August, the beginning of September, and everything is moving. This is one of those things where I'd like to believe that everybody wants to do the best, whatever they believe the best is. There's no precedent set. Like there's no precedent set for how to work with this, how much money it's going to take, and there is a finite amount. Well, that's not truly true because they can just start print. I mean, they can really kind of just start printing the money. It will devalue the dollar, but that could happen.
I think we're on our way to that anyway.
I truly do. And so, you know, I'd be interested to see interested to see where the compromise is going to come. There's a long, you know. What's my name? Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin he just looks beat down every day. Like we're just so far away. We're just really quite far away at this point. I don't really know. Every day Mnuchin feels like he got just a new punch somewhere on his body.
Yeah. And from different sides of the same party.
Yeah.
You know, because the White House wants one thing and Congress wants another, and even Mitch McConnell, who is just like, I just want to get my job back. I just want to get through this damn election and come back here and try to, you know, make sense of all of this craziness without this guy. One of the other things is that's in the bill, Steve, is to create a new department, a new building for the FBI.
Yeah, I saw that. What does that have to do with COVID?
It has absolutely nothing to do with it. Do you know why they want to do this?
I don't. Please tell me.
They want to put it across the street from current Trump Tower, because business has been bad at Trump Tower. They think by having it there across the street in Washington, D.C. will help the Trump Tower.
No.
The big hotel what was it? A former department. So a former postal office, like the grand main post office. And so they want to make that, you know, and they're having difficulty in selling it or selling the lease to the land. And so that's what they want. That's their new plan.
Wow.
Is to bring business to Trump Tower.
No, that's speculation. That can't be like that. No.
Yeah.
He's really just bold and brazen.
Steve, it's okay, he is.
So I know this is not in the, but evidently he talked to Putin 7 or 8 times and never brought up, hey, Putin, I got a question for you, bro. Listen, check this out.
Comrade.
Did you ever try to get the Taliban to kill our folks? Did y'all work with them to do that? Like,
did you
how are you not when your intelligence agencies are telling you like this really may have happened? How are you going to have 7 conversations and not do it? Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Russia was such a great revenue generator for you before you became president.
Yeah, exactly.
You want that to be the same thing for you when you stop being president.
Exactly.
You realize that could be coming soon, and so therefore, ipso moral, etc.
Yeah. You want to keep the good vibes going between you and your boy.
Yes, and let's if we can, by the way, register to vote and vote so we can make his dream come true quickly.
Ting. Exactly. We talk about the coronavirus stimulus packages and everything, and every day in the newsletter there is a great detail story on what's going on in terms of the fight against the coronavirus. And we have passed another deadly landmark number.
Yeah.
150,000 people have died in this country from the coronavirus. And of course, the most of any country. And as we are talking about this, the Republican Party, especially in some states, as well as our federal Republicans, are in a big hurry to get our children back into the classroom. There is a great deal of trepidation amongst people, not only about the safety, but keeping your 5 to 10-year-old kids with masks on their face, making sure that everything is clean, that you got the wipes and the sprays and all of this, and not only the children, but the teachers and the staffs. And so a lot of the school systems are saying, we'd rather start this online and see where we go from here. And a lot of teachers are saying, Steve, that maybe we'll just go on strike to tell them that we're not going to go back. We're not ready. The city, the state, the country is not ready for us to go back into the classroom. Your children should not be forced to go back into the classroom. And one of the country's largest teachers union has said that we will support you if you do go on strike.
Yes, I saw that.
The American Federation of Teachers.
Look, I think I could not support them more. And what I've heard is that some people say, well, the kids don't get as much, so it's fine if kids get it. But the problem is they'll take it home, and disproportionately, Black kids live in multi-generational households.
Black and Hispanic,
Black and Hispanic live in multi-generational households. So the kids may be fine, but if they take the virus home, it is going to be much more deadly once again for people of color households. And so look, nothing would make me happier than to send that faithful Ward back off to school, get him in his 10th grade year. He's around the house. He needs to go back to school. Especially now that he's getting taller than me. I don't want to see that. I don't need to see that. Go get taller at school, bro. Go get taller at school.
You don't want to see it day in and day out. Look it up. Yeah.
Right. However, I realize that it is not the healthiest thing for anybody's household, for his kid, for anybody's kids to go back unless there is a vaccine, unless there is I'm concerned about social distancing in classrooms, as they mentioned that possibly because kids ain't gonna socially distance. Kids are not gonna. It's hard to get adults to socially distance. How you figure the kids at recess? What's a socially distanced recess look like?
That's dodgeball of a whole different nature.
That's right. We gotta Clorox wipe the ball every time it hits somebody. Like, that's not fun.
And babies and kids and kindergarten and sneezing and coughing and not even the flu, just a bad cold, and just it's just it boggles the mind, and we're just not ready. I really don't believe that we're ready to do a lot of this stuff. I mean, even look at these, and depending on our adults, look at the numbers of people that are refusing to wear masks and what have you, including a United States congressman from Texas who was at a member of the House Judiciary Committee yesterday. Oh, I don't want to wear a mask, and they were making fun of people who chose not to come into the committee room and were working from their offices or from their homes, and making light of the fact that people who don't bother to come in to work. And this guy from Texas was all set to travel with Donald Trump to come to Texas today. And he took the test, and guess who's got the corona?
Guess who got the Rona?
Exactly. Gomer of East Texas. And so, it just boggles the mind that we're still not doing what needs to be done. And we're listening to people who are ridiculously representing themselves as doctors who say that they have the answer. They have a cure for coronavirus. It's the hydroxychloroquine. It's this thing. It's that thing. And masks are not necessary. I'm
Well, okay.
sorry.
To be honest, right? So I don't know about you. It's like, but that alien DNA thing really sounds.
I wasn't even going to bring up that nonsense.
No. Really, alien DNA. Like, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Alien with Sigourney Weaver. Like, I think it was like the slime that was dripping off, like when the Jaws came out. I'm like, when I saw that movie back in '79, I was like, oh, that looks like it might be a cure for a virus one day. Alien DNA.
In another 50 years, yeah.
In another 50 years, it'll be right. It'll be right there. So that's so people who are saying that's horrible. It's just, they're just wrong. I'm sorry. I'm saying that so Donald Trump Jr. will retweet me. I'm doing for the retweet.
So this I feel like J. Anthony Brown, the doctor, has talked about alien DNA and the use of alien DNA in this fight.
Okay. You know what? There's a couple things. There are a couple things that make us go like this. That the conversations around this, and she a black woman. That hurt. That hurt.
That's the kicker.
Oh, that hurt. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Dr. Stella. Oh, come on. Oh, that hurt me. No, that hurt. I can't lie. That hurt everything in my body. It was like when Reagan got shot and everybody was like, please don't let me be black. Please don't let the shooter be black.
Yeah.
When I heard about this, I was like, please don't let the doctor be and she's black.
Man.
She black. She black.
She's blackity black. And when I first looked at her, I said, my God, does she have a silk cap on her head?
Oh, man.
Oh my God. And Diamond and Silk must have been so proud. They just had to have been so proud of their sister.
We're not the only ones.
Okay, we're not the only crazy sisters that Donald Trump loves.
Stella!
And we're not talking about the one who got her groove back. That's not the Stella.
No, not the one that Marlon Brando was calling out for, and what was it?
Yeah.
Over on the waterfront? Was that
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was exactly it. Yeah. On the waterfront. Speaking of on the waterfront, are you going to give us a tour?
Streetcar Named Desire, right?
No, I thought it wasn't on the waterfront. Oh, you know what?
Streetcar, right?
It was Streetcar. Yeah.
Stella! Doctor Named Desire. Doctor named Alien Desire. On the alien front. All right, let me stop. I'm sorry. Went left.
Oh, God. Okay. There is a young man, and I'm trying to think. On BET, did you guys have the TV show, the Diversity, Drive for Diversity, the NASCAR challenge?
Yeah,
is that on BET?
A few years back, like it was 2006, 2007 or so, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I remember that. Okay, so there's a young man who is hoping to inspire the next generation of Black race car drivers. His name is Raja Karuth. Or Raja. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. But of course,
NASCAR driver.
NASCAR. Yep. And he is joining the likes of Bubba Wallace and NASCAR in order to bring more diversity, both behind the wheel and around NASCAR, in order to identify and develop drivers for the sport traditionally lacking in women and people of color.
Yeah.
And so now 18-year-old Raja Karuth hopes to follow in their footsteps. And it says that, I love this part of the story. He was drawn to the movie as a result of, drawn to driving, speed racing, as a result of the movie Cars. To show you how young he is, okay? As a kid, and he took his love of driving and sharpened his skills through online racing. He's one of a half dozen young people in the Drive for Diversity program, and he hopes one day to inspire the next generation. He said there needs to be more resources available to the program. That's Brad Daugherty. Remember Brad Daugherty, who of the NBA, right? Is now the lone Black team owner in NASCAR. I remember the late Doug Banks had a love of race car driving, and I think he was like hosting a show on ESPN for a short period of time, and there was very little about Black drivers, but Brad Daugherty was getting into it at that time. And here's the thing. NASCAR hasn't had a Black driver to win a cup race since Wendell Scott in 1963. Now, isn't that the character
Wait,
that
1963?
1963. Yeah. Now, wasn't it Wendell Scott? Wasn't it the character that Richard Pryor played in the was it Grease Lightning? What was the name of that movie?
Oh yeah, Grease Lightning's the name of the movie. That's right. I didn't realize that was a character.
And I want to say that was he was based on the character.
Catch.
Yeah. So 1963, a cup race winner of color since then. And so he hopes to achieve that level of success one day and wants to be in the Cup Series in the next decade. In the meantime, we have Bubba Wallace, and of course he's had his challenges with the craziness going on behind the scenes, but also with the support of NASCAR in taking down the Confederate flags and what have you. So
here's the thing. How old is homie? How old is he?
He's 18.
I'm going to do some math here, right? I'm going to assume that to be proficient in a professional sport, you have to have done it for more than 2 years. I'm also going to assume that the age to drive wherever he is 16.
Yeah.
Now, either means he was driving pretty early, or just illegally out there tearing up the roads, right? You can't be dope driver in 2 years. I need somebody to go check him.
Well, he says that he hopes to be in the car series within the next few years. So he's going to do the work. But who among us, if we had not, and this does not apply to kids today because they are waiting until like they're 20, 21 to get their driver's license.
No.
But who among us growing up would not have had if we had the opportunity to drive the back roads and to drive fast and go crazy before we were legally able to do it?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. But nowadays it can't be, I'm sorry, yes. Attorney General Barr. Attorney General Barr, yes. Yes. It's a young Black man driving. Really, very, very, very fast and very, very well. Yes. Can you get him? No, just ignore the people with guns in Michigan. Just come get this guy off the road driving faster. Well, thank you.
And here's the other thing.
I love you too. He's going to, he's on his way to an HBCU as well. Yeah. And his dad is a professor at Howard. So we wish him all the best. That's really cool.
Indeed, that is awesome.
And the connection there. Really, really cool. So, you know, try to have these happy stories because these news stories are just really bringing us down.
It's not a pleasant atmosphere most of the time.
Oh, it's tough, man. Yeah. It's really tough. And which is why I still am, you know, watching Friends at the end of the night. or you know what else? And it's really dated. I was telling this to our producer Chica. I started watching Designing Women.
Did it's you like really? You mean before they yank it off of the air in this era of political correctness? Before it gets yanked off the air?
Yeah.
The one that proudly displayed Confederate flags every once in a while?
My God, it is an Anthony Bourgeois. Oh God, Meshach Taylor, the great Meshach Taylor.
Yes, indeed.
Great Meshach Taylor. But now you're on vacation, but before you left, what were you doing for? I know that you are, that's what I wanted to ask you. Right. First, what were you doing to lift your spirits before you left? I mean, because going on vacation in the sunny beach, that would do it for me. Yeah. But what were you doing before you left in order to keep your spirits high?
Few things. I was cooking. I was doing some good jobs. I think a good job cooking. I was finally walking out and driving in my car, just out, just 2 hour drives, just listening to music. and watching Billions. I finally started watching Billions.
Really? Do you
Finally.
love it?
So
you
I
love it?
do, and I find my allegiances to characters switching and changing.
That's the brilliance of that show.
I'm always Wendy Rose. I'm Team Wendy Rose, no matter what Wendy does. Like so I don't know if she's done season 3 or 4 or 5 because I'm only season 2. I'm sorry, I'm starting season 3 now, but Wendy's, I don't really, swing that way. I don't really, I don't necessarily swing that way, but.
If she was your wife, would you do the things that Chuck has done to keep her?
I would do everything that she told me to do.
Do you know who is also in
I would do everything that she told me to do at every point in time.
Do you know who is also a star of that show? Come back.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Another is Felicia Rashad's daughter.
Yes.
She plays Chuck Rose's assistant DA.
I would do everything she asked me to do.
She's awesome. The writing, the acting on that show is so brilliant. I haven't even started the 5th season because I want to binge.
I get that.
And so it's been everything I've had to kind of hold on. It's enough watching The Chi every week and keeping up with that. That's another one that I want to binge on, but I do watch The Chi every week to support them.
And shout out to the writers of that show, like you mentioned before, because I was concerned in season 1 that Condola, is that the way Condola? Condola.
Yeah.
Condola Rashad was going to. I thought she was going to get kind of swept under the rug, and then season 2, I was like, okay, we're all right. We can do this. All right, we're good.
And wait, there's more.
I'm looking forward to it. And congratulations to her. She got engaged late last year. I think late last year. She got engaged last year. So congratulations. She's off the market.
She's a Broadway star. She is wonderful actress on stage and screen, and like her mom and her auntie.
I first saw her, and I forget what the Broadway show was, and I was blown away. And I didn't even know she was an actor.
Trip to Bountiful?
No. Oh.
It was the Black version of the Trip to Bountiful that we saw her in with Cicely Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a black screen, black playwright.
Oh, the woman. Was it Top Dog? The woman that wrote Top Dog Underdog?
I believe that is the correct answer.
Yes, what is her name?
Susie, not Susie.
Yeah, it is. It's like Susan something.
Yes, right.
Susan Laurie Parks.
Yay! Between the two of us, we know everything. Between Sybil and I, we know everything. Some of us know first and middle name, some knows last. Between the two of us, we know everything. We know everything.
She wrote, did she write Mountaintop too?
Capital of Ohio is Columbus. Okay. All right, let me stop.
Chillicothe? Just fun to say. Just fun to say. So, can we have a little tour of your abode?
Oh, there's not much to it. It's just room and sand.
Okay.
Let's see if the breeze is.
You can hear the breeze.
Let's see.
That's good living. Okay, I'm sufficiently jealous, and others should be too. But I'm so happy for you.
This is my Mac Daddy vibe I'm giving you in all its splendor.
And it's working, Mac Daddy, Steve. It is. It's working. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Good for you. I would be there if I just, man, that COVID thing, that flying.
Non-stop flight from Dallas. Non-stop flight from Dallas.
I should be there.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait. I forgot one thing. I forgot.
Okay.
Did I mention this?
Look at the waves.
Did I mention that part? Had I left that part out? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
What? Let's see. Oh, look. No one for miles.
No, miles and miles.
Miles and
Oh
miles.
my gosh, isolated beaches, the waves crashing in.
Non-stop flights from Dallas. I thought that was relevant
Yeah,
information.
it is. It is. You're right. It is. It's very relevant. I'm so happy for you. Are you still doing sunglasses and soul tomorrow night?
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to show off this abode on sunglasses and soul
That's
music.
a
Tomorrow
killer
night.
bachelor
Yeah,
pad.
it's gonna be kind of a that's a preview of what it's gonna be for tomorrow night. And tomorrow
Uh-huh.
night we're playing funk bands of the 70s and 80s. Funk bands of the
Oh
70s and 80s tomorrow night. So I've loaded up the Barcades, I've loaded up Cameo, I've loaded up Ohio Players,
man.
Confunction, Gap Band, all loaded up, ready to go. Ready
I
to
hope our
go.
friend Nicole Scott is watching you tomorrow night. That is right up her. If it's not Prince, it's the funk bands of the 70s.
That's right. All the bands you ever saw at 2:00 show at the Tom Joyner Morning Show cruise.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. One more thing. We have our podcast coming up, and we're going to record that. But also, Stephen Hill made a guest appearance on my girlfriend's show this weekend, and because as a result of having you on this show and our podcast, the women love them some Stephen Hill.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, they really do. I promise you, every person who says, "Oh yeah, I watch your little show," and how about that Stephen Hill? Is Stephen Hill married? There's a lot of that. Is Stephen Hill seeing anyone? You know, that's the
No.
older woman saying that.
Well, that's my mother asking all those questions. So she doesn't know the answer. She doesn't know the answer. So she figured Sybil will know. I'll ask Sybil. Sybil will know the answer. Is Stephen Hill married? What's he doing? What's on his mind? Is he tying his shoelaces up right?
Is he eating right? He looks a little thin. But if you go to our YouTube channel and it's Sybil and Girlfriends or Sybil in Bed with Sybil and Friends is what it's called. And my girlfriends and I are going through a path of revelation and openness and and discernment in a couple of cases. Stephen Hill came on with, and it was two celebrities that we had on Sunday night. It was Stephen Hill and Will Downing gifted us with their appearances. And so it was fun. And I think you're going to get some calls, player.
Well, here's the thing. I got to tell you, and I have to warn you about your false advertising because I got the call. Hey, would you like to be in bed with Sybil Wilkes and Friends? And I was like, where do I sign up for this? Like, yes, please. In bed with Sybil Wilkes and Friends. What? Yes. What are the friends' names?
Right.
Stephanie, Tracy. I'm like, yes.
Don't forget Cherie and Marcelina.
I know.
Yeah.
All of these is women's names. These are all women's names. In bed with Sybil and a bunch of women's names. Yes. What a great way to celebrate the end of COVID. What a great.
It was a lot of fun.
It wasn't as much fun I thought it was going to be. No, it was great fun. It was a very different kind of fun than I thought we were.
That you were hoping for, yeah. Yes, the ladies love them. Yes. So tomorrow night, funk bands, and that starts at
7 p. Eastern time. 7 p. Eastern time. 4 p.m. Western time, and the rest of you got to figure it out. And I'm actually in a time zone where I've got to figure it out. So.
Oh wow.
Excellent time.
6 o'clock Central. Right now, you're about. I think we're on the same time zone.
I'm one behind.
Yeah. So you're not.
I'm coming up on 6 o'clock, right?
Oh, I thought you were coming up on 7. Okay, so yeah, you are even.
Yeah, coming up on 6.
Man. And tell me, and I know you appreciate this because we both have a love for sunsets. How are the sunsets?
You should come find out, Sybil.
Oh man, you know.
And bring your friends.
That's gonna be a whole news show, right? In bed with Steve and friends. Yes.
Got plenty of room, man.
That is awesome. That is too. I'm so happy for you. I'm
Yeah,
so
it's good
happy.
stuff.
Yeah, you
Come on
deserve
down.
it. You deserve it. Okay. The leopard shades. Oh God, there's no one better.
Yes. What more shall we do this evening? What more shall we do this evening?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Too funny. All right, darling. Continue to have fun. Tomorrow, look for Steve at with Sunglasses and Soul and the Funk Bands, and then also check out him joining the Girlfriends in Bed on our YouTube channel.
Allegedly. And don't forget our podcast, which comes out on Friday.
Hopefully. Our podcast you can find on any platform. Please subscribe to that. And it's from Ha-Has to Ahas with Sybil Wilkes and Stephen Hill. And so we'll talk to you a little bit in just a few minutes.
Indeed.
But next Wednesday, from same time, same place.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll probably find another place on the beach from which to do this, but we'll figure it out.
And tomorrow night, the one and only George Wallace and I will be together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know. And he could be from anywhere in the world too. You two are a lot like each other that way. All right, everybody, have a great evening. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Please be careful, be safe, and wash your hands and wear your mask.
Absolutely. Have a great night.
Aloha.